The Cincinnati Bengals head down to Tampa to face the Bucs on Sunday. Cincinnati a 4-point favorite on BETDAQ, 44 the total in this game. Now the Bengals currently sit at 7-3-1. They lead the AFC North. Tampa, meanwhile, just 2-9. Incredibly, they're only 2 games out of first in the NFC South. Still, though, the Bucs have been terrible this season. 26th in points scored, 29th in points allowed. And you look at the Bengals, they seem to have it together again. They hit a rough patch there in the middle of the year that culminated with a 24-3 loss to the Cleveland Browns. But they've won 2 straight games now, and they've held their last 2 opponents, New Orleans and Houston, to just 23 combined points. General consensus then seems to be that Cincinnati is going to go down to Tampa and easily handle the Bucs. They're only a 4-point favorite, but they're one of the most popular public bets of the week out in Las Vegas. As of the recording of this video, nearly 80% of the public money at the 6 largest Vegas sports books coming in on the Bengals, which is one of the main reasons why I am looking at the other side here. I know Tampa's only won 2 games, but you look a little closer, this Bucs team has been very competitive in recent weeks. They're much improved on defense. Over their past 5 games, they're surrendering just a hair over 20 points per game after surrendering over 30 points per game over their first 5 games of the season. And their offense has sort of been fixed now too, now that Lovie Smith has gone back to veteran Josh McCown at quarterback. Now I know the Bucs haven't been putting up big numbers on the offensive side of the ball since McCown has returned to the lineup, but McCown himself averaging over 295 pass yards per game. And if you saw Tampa play Chicago last week, you know they had no trouble moving the football, just self-inflicted mistakes, bad turnovers, really what held Tampa back in that game. They had a double-digit lead at halftime. But returning home here against a Cincinnati team that has been inconsistent on offense this season, just 22nd in the NFL in pass yards per game. Andy Dalton has really struggled at times. I don't know. I have a funny feeling that Tampa is going to keep this game really close. Wouldn't shock me if they pulled the upset and beat the Bengals outright. This is a very important game for both teams. Even though the Bucs are 2-9, as we mentioned, they're still in playoff contention, just 2 games out of the lead in the NFC South, and the Bengals clinging to a half-game lead in the AFC North. So again, you would think that Cincinnati would be able to go down to Tampa and beat the Bucs. They have been better than the Bucs this season. But I don't know, this one feels funny to me. The public all over the Bengals. I'll take my chances with the home underdog. I like the Tampa Bay Bucs here, +4. I would also look at over 44.